And happy money making Monday. This is me assuming you're watching this on a Monday because we made this on a Monday morning and I'm feeling really, really excited. It's a brand new season of The Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Joyce Jukes. I am joined by the ever beautiful, sexy, long-legged beauty, Faith Imaye.
It's okay, it's okay.
And the woman after my own heart, Zezi. Zezi Odofe. This is my brand new co-host for The Breakfast Show. I'm so happy to have you. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
You look it.
Feels so good to be on set today.
I'm excited to have you guys. I know you guys are bringing a madness to The Breakfast Show.
Okay.
And I cannot wait to unveil everything.
I try to keep it simple. Yeah.
Now, I know that we should all be in high spirits this morning, but sadly the world is still in mourning. We woke up on Saturday morning to find out that the actor that plays Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, has finally lost his battle to colon cancer. Now, what was more interesting about the story is that he fought for such a long time and the news never broke, the news never leaked. He was allowed to fight his battle privately and his family were allowed to break the news of his passing. The passing caused so much shock around the world, and of course we continue to see several ways he has touched the lives of several people, especially people living with cancer. What were you doing, Zezi, when you heard the news that we'd lost?
I woke up that morning and checked my WhatsApp space, and I just thought, Chadwick, like, this is his birthday. And
that was me.
Like, was his birthday? I'm like, oh, okay. But I kept on saying his speech. I was like, oh, no, what's happening? And I went on the internet and I saw that, oh, he just passed. And it was a real shock for me because there was no news that he was battling with cancer.
How was it for you, Faith?
It was very shocking. Very, very, extremely shocking. When I saw it, I thought it was like a prank. You know how Nigerians are, because I saw it on like my WhatsApp status. But when I went online, I was like, this is serious. You know, if it was something we were aware of previously, we would know, okay, maybe this is the end point. But in a situation where he battled this long, talking about 4 years, and nobody was even aware, talking about we're not even aware of it, and he was still shooting movies. He still had Black Panther out, 21 Bridges. So he was visiting other people and
giving hope.
It was sad. But I feel he has lived his life and he actually did well living it before his passing.
What I would say that I got away from the entire situation is that you can decide what to do with your life. Because if it was me, let's be frank, and I found out that I was at stage 4, I would have called up in a ball and just cried every single day. But he showed up this is not an aspire to perspire time. This is not time to do that. But I just feel like that's something that we can all take away. And then for men, colon cancer is real. You need to get tested. Okay, we're going to have a doctor on set that might give us some information, but generally you need to go get tested. Somebody said that he cannot allow a man touch his scrotum. I cannot allow a man put his finger in his butthole. And somebody said, fellas, is it gay to be alive? So we need to do away with the stigma, and we need to make sure that we get tested for everything, just to make sure that we're okay. And speaking of spreading awareness, in the next coming months, several countries alongside the United States will be celebrating the Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And for that, we're going to be joined by a doctor who will be telling us everything we need to know about sickle cell anemia. Stay there. And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. Now, according to allafrica.com, 150,000 Nigerians are born yearly with sickle cell anemia, and one out of 4 of them go on to be healthy carriers. Now, today we are joined by a consultant of family health, Dr. Mafo Gill, and he'll be telling us everything we need to know about sickle cell anemia. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Maria.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Mafo Gill. I'm a consultant physician, and I work in Staten Hospital, TV Road. I'm also a consultant in God's Care Hospital, Ekenwa Road. And I finished from University of Benin, and I did my consultancy in University of Benin. But my primary and secondary school were all in Calabar, because I come from Calabar. So we have worked in the practice for now practically 12 years. And concerning the topic of the day, is quite really a burden for us, especially us Nigerians and us Nigerians as a church, because sickle cell has gone beyond what we think. It has now become a problem with me and God. It is not me and the medicine and the profession, because a week ago, I received a call from a matron to ask me, AS and AS, what are the possibilities of them getting a sickle cell? I was bemused. A matron will call you when we have said AS should not marry. Then she calls you and tells you, what are the possibilities? Why? Because they tell you, I put my faith in God. God can do it. Sickle cell disease actually is the same thing like sickle cell anemia, because we have to make sure that we understand the two. Anemia and disease is the same thing. Yes, it's the same thing. And as we said before, it's a burden to us in Nigeria, because we have refused to accept that if I'm AS, I should not marry an AS. Why? Because we continue to think and hope that the pastor said, it is well. It is God that gives. It is God that takes. Your own case might be different. We hear a lot of things from our patients. But what happened actually? Actually, it is just a mutation between a glycine and a valine group in the sickle cell. The normal chain, is just like a chain of formation where you have a glycine. But a mutation will happen whereby the glycine will just be removed and be replaced. Then you now become a sickler. That is it.
Okay.
It's just a change in the mutation. That's
easy
just
enough. But when I was doing my intro, I found that according to allafrica.com, 1 in 4 people is carrying the anemia, but they're healthy, they're okay, they're fine. And then I also saw a documentary that was done in India when they said that you can test and find out that if your partner is a carrier or not. So does this mean that you can be AS and not be a carrier? Or is it compulsory that once you are AS, you are definitely a carrier?
No. Once you are AS, you're a carrier. Once you are AS, you're a carrier. It's not, I am AS, I'm not a carrier. It's just like having hepatitis B positive. You can have hepatitis B positive and just be a carrier. That is different from the sickling. The sickling is a mutation, but hepatitis B is not a mutation, it's an infection. That is the difference. You understand that? Because that's what I was trying to tell you. You have 3 cups here. Somebody can just change the middle one, which is white, and put a yellow one. Same shape, everything. But it's yellow and the other 2 are white. There was a change.
Yes.
But which actually, if somebody's enter, he sees 3 cups. For him, there's no problem. But that yellow was not the initial plan. So that is how now you now become a sickler.
You should be a lecturer.
It's good having you today.
Okay.
So, what would you say? Is it medical advice to carry out a prenatal test in the fetus?
Definitely, what happened nowadays is that in the United States, it is compulsory for every child to have a prenatal test to know whether he's a sickler or not. Why? So that they will know that they have to take care of him. That's the first thing. Number 2. Now, when the baby is growing, he's inside that sack, I can call it, and there is a water surrounding it.
Yes.
Yes, the fluid. That fluid can be used to detect if that child will be a sickle cell or will be an AS.
In the process of doing that test, doctor, is it going to in any way hurt the child?
No, it does not hurt the mother. It does not hurt the child. It is safe. Very, very safe.
Okay, so what if you now discover that the child you're about to bring into the world is a carrier?
Yeah. Now,
And you do not want to put yourself through that stress and put the child through that stress.
now it's
what can
left
be
to
done?
it's left to the couple. When you do the test, you call the couple and say, "This is the result. What do you want?"
Okay.
Now, in Nigeria, we don't have laws for abortion. So definitely, whether it's a sickler, a carrier, anything, you carry on with it.
Do you think that's a problem in Nigeria? Because most times I feel when you have a child that is you obviously know would be a sickler. I've had an auntie, God rest her soul, she suffered a lot. So I feel there should be that law so the couple can decide. Because if you ask me, if you ask me, it is their child and they should decide what they want to do with it rather than going through the pain. I know what my grandma actually went through taking care of this sickle cell auntie of mine.
Yes, that's why Nigeria being a Muslim and a Christian country,
Okay.
we advocate that such people should not marry, so that we can run away from
All
such
of
things.
this.
Because tomorrow somebody will come and tell you that I'm doing it because he's AS and he's AS, whereas it's a lie. And you know, Nigerians, we now use all sorts of lies to use it to do other things.
True
so
that.
the best thing for us is to carry on your genotype test.
Okay.
Am I AS? So nowadays, you see, if you're a girl and the man comes, it's not very important for you to say, "Please, what is your genotype?" Before accepting,
question.
Okay.
before accepting the proposal.
Proposal.
Especially when you are the age of marriage. Because if tomorrow you now go in the process, like the one I had to settle some last year, they already printed all the invitations, did everything. The church asked them to provide the genotype, which the man went and paid money for it to be changed.
Wow.
This is
Then-
extreme.
At the eve of it, somebody leaked the secret, which now the pastor called me and asked me to carry the test.
Okay.
Which the test was carried out, and I brought to the man. I told him, and they were not compatible.
So
They are
did
yes.
they proceed with the wedding?
No, the pastor canceled the wedding and told them they should.
Okay, let me also ask this, because when I learned about sickle cell in secondary school,
Okay.
my teacher had this thing on the blackboard. He put like AS, then A, down.
Yeah,
A.
cross.
Is there a way that you could actually calculate it to say that, okay, my
My
first
first
child,
child.
is there a max? Definitely
No,
be
no,
this.
no.
So we
There
stop
is-
at 2 children so it
there-
doesn't get
there-
to the
There
S.
is never a mathematics. Is there a mathematics for you to know whether your first child will be a male or a female?
They claim that
They
it's
said there
frozen.
is.
So
So
say if
That-
you meet with your husband, be a relation period.
Those are predictions.
okay.
They are not what it is.
Okay.
You can predict, but it does not occur.
So can we predict in this case?
In terms of sickle cell, don't go for a prediction. That is why we have embryonic testing. If there was prediction, there would not be embryonic testing. So because of embryonic testing, once you meet and it gives anything, you carry it.
And to clarify, embryonic testing is when you test the fetus to know
You test
if
the
it's a
fluid.
carrier.
the
The fluid
fluid,
the
yeah.
fetus is in to know
Yeah.
if it's. Oh, that's just really
That's it.
fantastic. Do you have any questions
Yes.
you want to go for, please?
Doctor, there's something really bothering my heart concerning the sickle cell awareness thing. Because I've heard cases in church where people say, "Oh, I was SS," and you like prayed and it turned to AA. So, doctor, medically, is it possible, or
No.
should we do it as a miracle?
Really, there's nothing like I prayed and I become AA for
Truly,
us.
doctor.
Because, yes, there's power in prayer. But let me tell you, some people might go to a lab, you do your genotype, they tell you A, tomorrow you go again, they tell you S. There have been cases like that, whereby 2 different laboratories gives you 2 different results.
Mm-hmm.
Then as you grow up with the knowledge that you are AS. Then you start to pray, then tomorrow go and do the test, they tell you AA. It was a problem of the laboratory.
Okay. Okay.
Are you getting me? But we have not had, sickle center is there in Benin City. We have not had anybody that was tested SS or AS that came and told us that after 6 months or 10 months of prayers, check my genotype again, and we now discover that the genotype has changed. No. The only thing we know is that you can have a bone marrow transplant to make your genotype AA from the original one.
Possible in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's possible in Benin City. It has been done in UBCH already, and the private hospital where the doctor, where the professor trained, is also doing it.
Okay, but, so let's just avoid going to the whole bone marrow transplant, because I'm sure that will cost like a lot of money.
Of course.
Okay, so to actually avoid all of this, what do you think the campaign and the awareness rate is like in Nigeria? Do you think it's good enough?
Well, on my own part, I always tell the female counterparts, because you know the males are very resistant.
To sickle cell?
No, the males are very resistant to first check their genotype. 2, to even think that he cannot marry. They are very, very resistant. But if tomorrow the couple has a child with sickle cell, who suffers most?
It's the woman.
It's the woman, not the man.
Sure.
Because she'll be the one to carry the child. At school, they'll be the one calling you. Your husband will tell you, do what you can do. I'm coming. And what will you do? When the child died, who suffers most? It's the mother.
Feel the loss.
And this is why we need to dismantle the patriarchy.
That's why every girl, even in your WhatsApp, in your DP, you should say it. You should always write, check your genotype before marriage. There are so many now of telling people about your genotype. Not just about pasting pictures and talking. Please, what is your genotype? Before you engage in a relationship, if all girls can abide to, before you engage in a relationship, ask the male genotype.
Okay. If all people can ask,
yes, I think if the men do it, if the men do it as well, it will be easier.
So people are way past the prevention. They've already gotten married. They're probably already having children, and maybe they even have children that are suffering from sickle cell anemia. I heard sometime a few years ago, somebody said that once you pass the age of 21, that is the battle stage.
You've won the battle.
You've won the battle. Or once you live up to 25, from then on, it's so much better. Is this true? Is there a danger zone? Is there a place that the child will most likely suffer the most, or they grow up to a certain age and they will be much better off?
The truth is this. There is a time they weren't saying that sickle cell patient cannot reach the age of 21. That before 21, they should be dead. Now, a research was carried on about it. And the research now said men with sickle cell cannot live above 42, while female cannot live above 48. But today, we have people living 50, 60s. Well, the only thing is to take the prevention, drugs that are there for prevention, as they say, drink water a lot, all those things. They try and do that.
Healthy lifestyle choices.
Just that. So there is nothing, a parameter at which I have a sickle cell patient currently admitted in the hospital who delivered the child is about 10 months. She's in crisis. And that lady is about 26. She's in crisis. She's not married. She's in crisis, serious pain. But which we are trying to manage. She has been there for 1 week, but it's coming out down. So after this, she will gain her normal life, continue living healthy, and God willing, she can stay up to 60. So
that's something else. We wish we could ask you so many more questions, but we're out of time.
Right.
So just your final words on sickle cell anemia and the awareness and management.
Yeah, as we rightly said, sickle cell is everywhere. It's around us, and it's very, very important for us to know our genotype. It will go a long way for us to know our genotype, and also living the way to say, God will do it. God will protect me. God is not my portion. My people, please, let's check our genotype and choose the right partner. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we heard from the professional. Please check your genotype. Just know it. Men or women, just know. First date question. Wow, you look so nice. What do you do for a living? What is your genotype? You can even add blood group. Let's know if you get an accident. Now, will it be hard for us to find O negative or something like that? These are questions that you need to know. And you need to realize that although we know that we are a religious country, we believe that miracles can happen. We have seen miracles happen countless times. But we should try to stay on the edge to make sure that we don't need those things, because you cannot 100% guarantee that's going to happen for you. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much to my beautiful co-host. We're going to be here again on Wednesday, giving you nothing but everything. Remember to like and follow us on all of our socials, TSL Nigeria TV, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria TV. We have an immensely exciting Q4 2020 waiting for you. Do not miss it. My name is Joyce Jukes. Have yourself a splendid day.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.